Greetings once again, and we are back as the Anonymous FX. Sorry and apologies for just going AWOL, MOA. And yeah, we just had to really focus on some stuff. A lot has happened, a lot has been happening. And if you do follow us on Instagram, you would know that by now. But yeah, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on what you're here to do today. It's really going to be a very good week, most probably going to be a very good quarter. So as you know that now we're starting the last quarter of the year, and we'd like to see how or what is the plan right now, how the market is planned out. We're going to look at it right now. Most probably we're going to see long-term moves, no short-term moves, but the market has been really going all good, and everything has been all papa. So as usual, I'm gonna start with our dollar index and just see where what you could possibly be looking at or what you could possibly be focusing on, starting by our weekly. So also please do take note that this is how I analyze, and was probably also how I trade. So I hear a lot of people asking, how do you trade? What is your strategy? Literally, if you do see how I analyze, you would know that I'm literally just using price action. There are no other hidden structures or hidden things that I'm using. It's just only this, just from top down, starting from our weekly, understanding that we are on a bullish trend, and we also just recently broke above the recent high, and most probably we could be continuing to the upside, but that's only on weekly. So now then we need to drop down on daily and see what could be happening. We can see that, okay, no problem, weekly structure still stands, and it has been also being rejected. But yeah, daily we do have a daily higher low right here and a daily high there, because as you can see what the price has been doing, moving in this manner, creating a high, coming back here, creating a high, right? And that's literally on daily. So this is my daily low, and up there is my daily high. And sometimes I would literally just remove certain structure if I do not really want to focus on it, or as we go down the time frames, they do not really make sense. So I'm gonna start also and drop down to 4H, just try and see what is happening on this structure right here. And what I can see is that we were bullish, but I'm gonna start just right here, having this as our lower high, came down, got here, rejected, but also just broke above, so creating this as our higher low, and then giving that as a higher high, and then from there coming back down here as a higher low, as you can see just down here, and then giving that as a higher high as we have broken above this, then coming back here as a higher low, and then we have a higher high up there. So now we're just doing that, I can literally see that, okay, our 4H higher low is here, right? And if I can literally just make this not appear on the hours, right, on the hour side, so 4H 1H, I don't want to see that because it has been broken. So I'm just going to focus on the current structure where we are right now. And since this is where we start using trend lines, which is our 4H market structure, then I'm going to start right here and draw our trend lines and try and see what is happening. I would have literally started here, but I think right now I prefer using the recent ones so I don't cut through things and be like, it wouldn't really make a lot of market structure. But you can literally just try it, because you can see with this and this fake out right here of the trend line and that touch again, it makes a little bit more sense, right? And from there, I'm gonna take it from here and then just take it to the top, which is also just here. Could literally just also do this, just trying to get this 1 2, a bit of a break up or fake out, and then a mistouch, and then another touch up there. Now you can see that this is what's happening, right? If I can literally just most probably just start going back again on monthly, what I'm gonna do on monthly is to see, okay, where we are right now is the highest we've been, but if we do find a break, I need to be ready to say this is where we are heading, right? So then I'm gonna go back on 4H and say, if we break above this we're going up, no problem. That's one thing I want to see. If we do not break up, we come back and create a double top there and then drop papa again, you know, it's a good thing. And then on 4H, this is what we currently have. We could most probably come back here and here and then go to the upside, or what we can do, or what you can possibly see, is coming back down here, you know, breaking below and then dropping. Or another thing again we can see, in fact, is price just breaking above and then continuing. But it's just a time of us where now we need to really look out or look at what the market will do. There's a lot of traps right now. Market could trap a lot of people, but we just want to be a bit patient, right? Rather than just, you know, rushing to trade. So I'm just gonna fix this also, make sure it does appear from 4-hour to 1H. Same thing at the top. Then we're gonna go down to the 1-hour structure. That's where we're stopping, you know. And sorry, this is gonna be a long video. It's gonna be a long video, but yeah, most probably it might help, you know, it might give you that thing. So I'm gonna have a 1H high low just down here, which is my 1H high low. And again, should price decide to come back down here and break here and reject the 4H and then start showing more bullish movement, I'm up for buys. But should price come back down and break the 1H structure, break the 4H structure, I will be anticipating that price will be ready to go to the daily lows. But for now, we still remain bullish. But I still need to understand that this structure right here, there could be a possible double top. So price could literally just come back here, and then we could start seeing price doing this, you know. And from there, we could target this daily low. But if we break the daily low, then we're going down to the weekly low, and that's all about it on the DXY. Now we're gonna be doing, what's this, JPY index. I'm gonna start because this one doesn't really have a lot of data. I'm gonna start on you know, daily, just understanding where we are currently. So the market has literally been bearish the entire time, and that's why we have been taking some buys there and there, you know, here and there for JPY pairs. So it's cross JPY pairs, so it will be your JPY will be taking buys. But now we looking at the market in a different way, because now we need to look at the market in a different way because of how it's literally coming back to the very same zone for the fourth time. Yes, the fourth time. So it's 1, 2, 3, the fourth time here. So if it does get here then and it fails to break, then we need to be very, very curious about, or maybe even not even curious, yeah, curious to see what will happen, and also be safe on how it should be moving, no, how it will or how it does move. So from weekly, as you can see, I have 3. I can literally just, you know, add this one at the top, but it's very, very far for me, so that's why I didn't even initially start there. So these are my weekly. As you can see, if I go to weekly, they do make sense, right? Then if I go to daily, now you'll understand that this is my daily high. So this is the high we've reached on a daily perspective when we're just coming down, right? Disclaimer: you will see the market in your own way. You will not see the market in the very same way I see it, and most probably this has to do with, you know, back testing and so forth, and me just deciding that this is my daily high. You might believe that it's a 4H high, or maybe even a weekly high or monthly high, but I will take it the way I view the market, you know. And yeah, so this is what we have on daily. There's nothing else. The market is still bearish. As you can see, this is the lowest we've gotten, and this is the highest we've gotten on a weekly perspective, on a daily perspective, not even a daily perspective, because daily this is the high. So then from there, double bottom, came back here. But a lot of traders were thinking we are bullish now. I might have been also part of those people that we thought were bullish, but we were short-term bullish, remembering that this structure was bearish. So now from here, as you can see, we went down. So we rejected structure somewhere here, even on a 4H structure, and then we came back down. But from here, what are we gonna do? If we see price start maybe here and then rejecting, then we know we are targeting this daily high before we can even reach out to the weekly high. You know, and then I'm gonna drop to 4H, and I think that's where I'm gonna stop, because 1H doesn't really have a lot, you know. So you will see 4H high low, then we have that high on a 4H structure, but in 1H structure, these are 1 hour high lows, and then from there we had that pullback, a little bit of some minor structure, and then we continued now to the downside. As you can see, as soon as we broke down here, which is here, then we dropped and gave a low. So now my 4H structure literally starts on this side. So I'm going to do this. I have my 4H lower high there, 4H lower low, and you will see that these are lower highs to the top. So those are the ones that I'm just going to use. This, and then just continue the top right there. You can see these are my 4H levels. At the most important for our levels are these, in fact. These, I think, this is 1H. So 4H lower high, and then 4H lower low. We can literally just try and see if we can find any trend line that would make sense from here. If it doesn't make sense, we just let it go, you know. The bottom one doesn't really make sense unless we start using the one just from here. As you can see, it looks like we have touched on the bottom side, but then also given a bit of a fake out. But yeah, as long as we haven't really gotten to the bottom here, I'm not really interested, and also as long as we haven't broken above there, I'm not really interested. So I'll just look into just waiting to see what the market has to do from where it is right now. So, and yeah, you can see on 1H, I'll just show you that this is my 1H lower high that I was talking about. That it also a little bit confused me as to, is it a lower high 4H1 on a 1H? So you can see that price still looks like it is bearish, because we also have broken structure right here that would come back to retest and then drop, or we could break above and then break even the trend line. But for now, we just have to now wait and see where the market would go, or what the market will decide to do from here. So yeah, so I'm just gonna remove this as it doesn't make sense. And then that's it on the JPY index on a 4H structure. So if you want to see what we are anticipating, it's either price coming back here, dropping to the downside, or from there what you can see is price getting up there, breaking, giving this type of structure to the upside. That's it. And yeah, I'm gonna try and move through, as I did really apologize for this, you know, this trade to be long. But not, why am I saying this trade for this video to be long? But yeah, I will try by all means just to make it as short as possible. So currently, as you can see on a weekly perspective, we are bearish. Yeah, you can see we are bearish on the weekly perspective, and having, and now I'm talking about the New Zealand dollar. So I have this as a weekly low, and that is a weekly high. Right, those are the first two things we need to focus on: the lows and the highs. So weekly high, and then we have a weekly low. But we can see that price on a daily perspective, it literally is bearish, right? And I'm not really gonna look at this on weekly. I'd rather look at this on daily. So that's why now when I drop to daily, I can see that we had our I'm just gonna point out the daily lower highs as I'm literally just going down, and then from there we will remove the ones that don't really matter. at the moment. You can see we did break below, so this is the one right here. So as you can see, we have those three, right? I'm gonna remove that one as we are currently here, and I'm gonna have that as a daily high, and then also this one and the last one. Another thing is the fact that in this, where we do have this daily low, we also have a bit of a structure, which is a double bottom, right? As you can see just right here, I will mark it as a daily structure. I'll mark it as a daily structure. You see that we do have a daily double bottom, and I will just didn't really change this to a daily high, and I will just move to 4H. Just trying not to really make this video as long, you know. As you can see, 4H we do have that daily double bottom, and I do not want, because the structure here that I want you guys to see that it is indeed okay. We'll just take it down here, and you can see that now on 4H, this is where we need to zoom into the structure that side. And then on the 4H part, we do have this as a 4H lower high, and as you can see, we had this as a lower high and a bit of a lower high up down here and a lower high, and then that was it. So I will just, you know, do these two only, and I will just leave the lower low though, because it's already a daily low. So this is a 4H lower high, and from there we also have this trend line to the downside, right? Doesn't wanna get that one, but then I will drop it from here, and you will see that we are currently trading just closer to that closer to the trend line, you know. And then from the top, I think I have it from the bottom. I meant to say I have it from just down here, and I have it, yeah. But then also, if you want it to be, you can have it just like this, but it's all up to you as a person, you know, as also as a trader. So but on 1H you will see this, but this higher low will make sense as it went up. So we just have that currently, and as a 1H higher low, you will see that, as I did not a 1H structure, but let me just say, you will see that we have this, but you can also just decide to maybe, if it does make sense, from here to there, and then we'll just have that. But it would really be hard for us to hold the trade, even if we were trading, looking to give the, you know, the push to the upside, or even looking at the entire overall movement. It would be hard for us to hold it up until there. That's why sometimes I just do have my smaller structures or smaller targets, right? The very same thing I did on your AUD. And if you haven't seen it, please go to our Instagram, and you will see there's a reel there about your AUD and how we came to trade it. So you will see we have this inner structure right there, and from there we also have a 1H lower high that was broken here, and now it becomes, now market is now bullish, and now this becomes our 1H higher high, and this, the drop is the 1H higher low. And if we do break here, this becomes our 1H higher low, and then we'll look into, you know, more buys and so forth. But right now I'm looking into buying this pair, and most probably, in fact, if I can get this up here. So as I said, it might be hard, but if I do get a break even, while as soon as I get to the 4H high low, then I will be looking into, you know, getting these targets as I go up. So you will see that there are targets like this, and this right here. Those are my 4-hour targets that I will look into taking profit should I get the entry, or should the price give me an entry. Because at this moment where we are, we could literally just continue to the downside, and, you know, and continue with the 4-hour market structure rather than you following the 1H structure. So from now, if we do get it, we would be just looking into a buy like that, and it would be 1.698. But for now, we're just gonna chill and wait and see what the market will be doing, if it will do this or if it will indeed do this. So we shall wait and see. So that's it for NZD USD. So yeah, this is, as I said when I was analyzing the JPY index, why we have indeed been buying is because it has been selling, and as you can see, for like weeks it has been going up, but for lately it has literally been finding a bit of some resistance there. And as you can see, that resistance was our weekly high, and we also have a weekly low just down here. So this entire space here is our weekly range. But from there, not to just waste any time, we go to daily, and you will see what we have on daily. I would have started here, but it doesn't really make sense as it is indeed a bit far. So we're gonna start now from down here, which is my daily low, as that is my daily high, and then I have another daily low here, and that is my daily high, and then I have another daily low here, as you can see. But it was this daily low, but I'm not using this. It has been touched or tapped, so now I'm gonna use that one, you know. And from here, we're just gonna use, we are just like literally fixing these levels. I think this is my daily high here. So yeah, and then if most probably if I wanted to check if there's any other level, I would have easily just started checking up here. But as you can see, if we do not find the downside, the move to the downside, you can literally just be pushing to the upside up until. But I'm not literally looking for sales at the moment, so yeah, I would like to know for buys at the, I meant to say not sales. But yeah, we'll just see what the market has to do. I would love to see the market selling, and I literally favor more sells than buys. That's why I would literally be more patient than anything, right? So we have, that is a 4H high low, and that literally is a 4H high, and would love to see if we do have structure on a trend line perspective. And we have a 2-touch trend line on the bottom here, and if we can clone it, does it give us anything, you know? I'm not so sure if it does give us anything, but we can, you know, don't want to force anything, but I'd love to see just moving towards the daily high, and from there maybe we could see some rejection or something like that. But I do have structure here. This is 1, 2 touches, and if we can get a dead touch and a fake out, then come back in, then it would be nice to see price, you know, doing something, where's the brush, but yeah, something like this, and then coming back in just to see the drop. But we'll see. So yeah, I wanted to see something like this, given that's for a 1H high low, and then from there we drop. But we'll see what the market has to do, you know, because also where we are, it's like a 4H structure that could easily be rejected. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it as a 4H structure like this, and see if the market will reject or will not do anything to that. And from there, dropping down to the 1H structure, as you can see, we still have like something like this, but it looks like we have an inner trend line like this, and we're just gonna wait and see. So this pair is literally going to my not ready list, so it's not yet ready. So I'd love to see structure building out, as I have said to you, that I'd love to see price pushing to the upside and then coming back in like this. Then most probably we could see price dropping, but for now it's not yet ready for me. So that's it on KJPY. And now with your UAD, you will see that we're also starting back on weekly, having that as a weekly low and a weekly high, and having this a bit of some range in between, you know. But it's not really a tradable range per se that I would love to point out, but because now if you can look at this, you will see that okay, no problem, we had these moves, you know, going to the upside, going on daily perspective, and we had the spike to the upside, spike to the downside, and then we had a correction. From there it's breakout and a correction, a break, a correction, and then a break, also a correction, and then a break. But overall, would love to see price coming back to the weekly low, but for now we're just gonna wait and see, you know. If you also can see that this is a weekly high and also this weekly high, and yeah, on the right side that's what we have on weekly, and I will drop down now to daily, and dropping down to daily now, you will see that okay, no problem, that's a weekly high, and also that's another weekly high. Let me just do it right. But now in between here we have our daily highs, you know, higher low, daily higher low, daily higher low, higher low. We broke the higher low, created a lower high and a lower low, right? And you will see, literally you will be able to see the fact that okay, we haven't broken above the daily high, and we are still between the daily high and the daily low, and that's where we get to, and that's where I literally left the market or took my profits when we got here, because I did have an entry somewhere here to the top. So you will see, if now I zoom out, we still have this trading range on weekly left that could literally be filled, this one, and but on daily we have this one, right? And it's a lot of pips, by the way. It's like, I think 300 pips if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 370 pips. So daily we are still bearish, and then now I have to go on 4H, understand what is happening. 4H is showing a bit of some bullish structure, but we'll wait for 4H and 1H to align before we even think of taking a trade. But I remember I had something like this, thinking that we are going to get that daily high broken to the upside, then we could see the move to the top, you know. But that could still happen. This was the setup that we kind of had. That could still happen depending on what we do when we get to the 4-hour lower high, you know, because what you can see is if 4H lower high can get rejected and price starts doing this, then we could see price pushing to the upside. But for now we do not have that currently. It's unfortunate, but we do not have that. In fact, we do have this right here. I will just, you know, draw it up, but I will just stop it right here, and then I'll also just take this one and just stop it also right here. But what you can see is that on this one, let me just put the right structure line. On this one we have a 4H high low, right? And the 4H high low literally means we're still bullish, and there's no entry as of yet, right? And also I think 1H structure is still literally just saying bullish, so that I'm here thinking that you could possibly see price coming back in a correctional manner, something like this, and then from there start pushing to the upside. That could simply happen, but for now we're just gonna wait and see, since we're just only holding on that 4H higher low, and let me add a 4H higher high, and then from there I will just move down to 1H, and then on 1H we have, let me fix this, 1H we have a bit of some structure, something like this. Let me just not start it there, something from here to there. But as you can see, I always do this. I always want a 1H higher low before, and then a break of that 1H higher low. But I do not get that at this point with this pay. So that's why the only thing that could possibly happen is I'm gonna track down this counter trend and most probably what we're gonna see is price coming back like this, and then from there we're gonna see price breaking to the upside, because I'm not seeing it going down, or but if it does go down or if it does break, then we will simply adjust and look at the market in this manner. And from here, not from there, I'm not planning on selling from there, because you need to see confirmation before we do anything. But I will keep updated. I'll keep you updated. I think I will add our free Discord channel or Discord group, and you can literally use that. I'll back into one of my favorite pairs, which is your JPY, and if you have been following us, you would see that this one is one of the pairs that we really love to trade. In fact, most of the JPY pairs, obviously except for GBP JPY and NZD JPY and USD JPY, but most of the JPY pairs, in fact, let me just say mainly CAD JPY and Euro JPY are the most two traded JPY pairs, or in fact most traded pairs on our side. And yeah, it's because they literally move in the right direction, or not even in the right direction, but they give structure the way it's supposed to, the way you would love to see it. You would see that we had a double top, price reacted, had a daily lower high, price we went down. We had this bit of some structure, but price did whatever it did there, went to the upside. But now, for now, we have that as a daily lower high, and that's at a daily low. So yeah, daily low and a daily high up there, and then we're done with daily. And then we're gonna start with 4H. 4H, you're gonna see that we were indeed going to the downside. Daily lower high, 4H lower high, and I think this was a structure, but it wasn't really clear. But we went down, created this lower high, and price rejected, came down, and then from there we went to the upside. So when price broke above this, it literally went to the upside, and then created a bit of some structure, created a high, created a higher low, a higher high, right? Same with CAD JPY. We do have structure like this. Our price is currently reacting, but we could really love to see price coming at the top before it drops, but we're also not really scared to see price changing direction where it is currently. As you can see with me just creating that channel, this is what I currently have, and I'm literally just gonna use what I have. Can't really run away because now of the market structure, just because of what I'd love to see the price doing. So I do have this currently, and I also have my 4H higher low, that could easily be rejected or broken by the market at this point, because it's literally very close to it. And then from there, what I have is I have my one. I'm gonna move to my 1H structure, but before I even go to my 1H structure, you will see that if we do break, we could possibly come back down here and have a dead touch in price going to the upside. But for now, what we will be looking forward to is just to see how the 1H structure plays out, and if we do have a proper structure on 1H before we even think if it plays out. We do have a bit of some structure on 1H. Let me just have it up. So the first one is this one, whereby price is just at the top there, but if you want to, you could literally just extend it and have something like this. Right, that's the first thing we have. But if I clone it, do I have anything at the bottom right here? Not really. So currently we have this. Do I have a 1H high low? Nope. But the only thing I will look forward to is to see what the price will be doing as soon as it gets to the zone, not the line, the zone, by the way. We do have that, and we could easily have price coming back up in a corrective manner, dropping, corrective, and then drop. Then we could have that. And if we do have that, still happy, to get into that and just see how I can take advantage of such, and that's it on your JPY. Starting this one on a daily, because weekly doesn't really make sense. We have a weekly high, a daily high there, and then we have a daily low just down here, and right now would love to see what the market will do, because now we're at a daily zone. I'll just show you as we go down to the 4 hour that this entirely is a zone rather than it being a level, because we do not trade levels, we trade zones. This is a daily zone, and along with the bottom one, right, both of them are daily zones, and would love to see what the market would do. I do have enough trading range here. I do not want to look into something differently. So I go to 4H and just try and see what happens here. Need to just filter it out properly, and I believe we have a 4H high low just down here. Nope, not there, just here. I'd love to see what the market will do. Just see what the market will do, and yeah, from here we could literally just be seeing a channel being, the market creating a bit of a channel before even doing anything, and you will see that just from here there's a bit of some structure, and it's all okay. We're not it might be confusing to some. I mean to say it might be confusing to some, whereby when you try like this and it has this, you have such a channel, but it doesn't really need to be too perfect, as long as you're connecting the highs and the lows, then it makes sense to you. That's all you need. And you can see right here on a 4H, we do have that a bit of some wide channel inside, or wedge. And if we have something like this, then we're okay, as long as we have structure that will come and point us in the right direction. And if I move to 1H, we will see that still this is a 1H higher low, and that will make me put in my level right here. I'll have to see what the market will do. And you can also see that we do have structure being or a chart pattern here, being painted by the market, which is a bit of some double top there. And on a 1H structure, we have another trend line just like this. If price does find a way to break structure and trend line, if you want a risky entry, in fact, you could just enter here with the risky entry with the stop loss above that daily zone, with your target down there, which would literally be what is 2.5. You could take that. But if you don't want to, you gotta wait for it. You can wait for an impulse and a correction, and then wait for the break. And this break would be good, because now it would be a break of this correction, if we do find a correction, and a break of the entire channel, then you can know that it's a high probability setup. And for me and the team, this is it. We do hope that you do find you have a profitable week. As you can see, if I do share my setups from NZD, it's a high probability setup. USD CHF right now, it's a high probability setup, but it's not really, it's a high probability setup, in fact. And then this one's not ready, this one is not ready, this one is not yet ready, along with dollar index. So it's gonna be a GBP USD, I meant to say. So it's really gonna be a very slow week to begin with, but I will be looking into buying this from Monday, and I will look, if I do find a risky entry, I will take this on a risky entry. But as you can see, if I can just drop to you on a 30-minute time frame, you will see that we had an impulse to the upside and an impulse to the downside. And if we are now building some correction, and if we can find another impulse, then we can easily enter on it. And that's it. Thank you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and do comment on what you would love to see more. And this is just not the only video you will be getting this week. We will be doing a bit of some back testing videos along with some risk management videos. And the last one, which is going to be a series that we're going to be starting, is how to get funded, because we already got funded at the 5k account on my Forex funds, but we will also add another one. I think we'll be doing a 10k in fact, but now we have another 5k currently. We have 3 5ks. One is funded, 2 are still on phase 1, but I will be seeing how we can go about, giving an update and a bit of some, not even a day in a life. I'm not gonna do a day in life at the moment, but it's just like live trading sessions, or just giving you an how to trade or how to get funded, and what we use and so forth. And yeah, please do comment on what you'd love to see more. And this is it from us, TheAnonymousFX.